All right, hello, and today I am going to introduce this channel to you, tell you what it's all about, and kind of show you what we're going to do here. Flameforge Studios is a channel that is going to be dedicated to toy photography and showing you how to light your setups, your dioramas, your scenes, whatever you want to call it, with inexpensive lighting gear. Now you can go out and you can spend a lot of money on lights like I have, but it's not necessary. You can get the same result if you're on a budget as somebody can with expensive lights. So let's get into this. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to tell you what I like at the end of this video. I'll tell you what I don't like about this set of lights. So to start off with, I want to make a comparison. You can buy this light right here. This is a Lumecube. It's called a Lumecube Mini. I think it might be a Lumecube Mini Pro, but I'm not 100% sure. But it is a Lumecube. And they're waterproof, they're durable, they're tough, they're pretty weighty, and they feel good in your hand, and they work really great. With a Lumecube, you get some power where you can step it up, and you can go down as low as this. Okay, it's a nice light. I'm not gonna lie, they're really nice lights. And what you get when you get a Lumecube is you're going to get a cold shoe, and a cold shoe just screws into the bottom of the light. And what you do with it is you can put it on the hot shoe of your camera, and you can use it instead of a flash. You'll take this and you'll screw this up, and then you'll put this down, put one up there to keep it in place, and then you put this down, you slide it in, and you screw that to keep it tight on your camera so it doesn't fall off. Difference between this and a hot shoe is a hot shoe has contacts on here to where it will work a flash. These are not flashes, these are just lights. So it comes with the cold shoe. It comes with this adapter that goes up over the camera or the light itself. Okay, you've got that. For that, you get a diffuser with it that diffuses the light. You get a snoot with it. Okay, and you get the barn doors with it, and the barn doors are metal, and everything that you saw connects with magnets. Now the other thing that you get with a Lumecube Mini is you get these different kinds of gels. You've got diffusion gels, you've got colored gels, and as you can see, that one, the light was too hot for it, so you get diffusion lights, light diffusion. You can get heavier diffusion. You get honeycombs, small honeycomb, large. You get warm levels. You just get different gels. You get colored gels, reds and things like that. Red, blue, green, your basic primary colors. And then you get different levels of diffusion. So the one thing I really like about these lights is the magnetic connectors. That just snaps on, and now I've got diffusion, and if I want to put a snoot on there, I can, magnets are magnets, and I can snoot that diffused light if I want to to where it's just directional. I could put the barn door on it, and I could stack this. I could put extra, if I wanted extra diffusion on there, I could do that, to where I'd have, you know, if I had to draw this light down a little bit more, I can do that. I can stack these as much as I want on top of here. Now, I wouldn't say to stack all those because you're not going to get any light out of it, but I love these magnetic gels and diffusers with those. That's a Lumecube, and they cost you about $90 to buy one off of Amazon, okay? So this is Smallrig, okay? You get 3 lights for like 110 bucks, okay? Let's say about $35 a piece. You get, if you open up this little book, it's going to tell you what's inside the package. And what's inside the package is you get the lights, you get the diffuser caps, you get a cold shoe, you get 3 honeycombs, get 3, they call them blasters, but these are basically snoots. You get 3 snoots, 3 barn doors, 3 magnetic frames, you get 24 color gels, you get charging cables, 3 tripods, and the carrying case. You get all of that in this kit for $109. When you open it up, you get these, you show these 3 cables here. Your barn doors are in here. We'll show you those in a minute. I'm not going to skip showing you those because I'm going to show you something. I'm going to show you a really cool feature about those barn doors that Lumecube does not have. You got your hot shoes here, or cold shoes, I'm sorry. You got your cold shoes for the lights. You got the lights themselves. You got diffusers for the lights. You've got the snoots. And you've also got the frame, magnetic frame that goes over the light. I'm going to show you all of this so you can have an idea what you're getting. So when you first take these out of the box and you open up the package, you take it out of the carrying case, these lights are all set in here with these diffusers over them. Now these diffusers are soft plastic, and they just fit right over the light, okay? With your Lumecube comes kind of like that, and it, you know, it has this frame that will fit over it, okay? And you've got a magnetic frame that'll fit over these. So these come with this diffuser and this light, just like that, okay? You get your 3 tripods, and they do extend out just a little bit, so you can get, and what's cool about these is you can adjust your heights pretty simple without snapping down anything in place, and they're pretty sturdy to where they hold. You've got 90-degree capability with the light if you need it, and the light just basically does what any other light does. You just basically take it and you just screw it onto the light with the tripod. I mean, you screw it on there, and now you've got a tripod, a little tripod for your light. Pretty cool. All right, so let's take this off and let's move into this. In the bottom of there, you've got these little cases. Okay, each little case has it has your gels in it. This is a honeycomb. Okay, so inside of that case, you're going to find your honeycomb. You're also going to get this snap cover that snaps onto there. And So if I wanted to use one of these gels, let's take a green gel for now. All right, I am going to take this, and if you look, I don't know if you can see it on the camera or not, but there's a little place right here where this has a little lip on the edge of it, and that little lip will slide into there, and you'll kind of just set it in there and just kind of snap it in, snap it into place. Okay, so then you're going to take this and you're going to snap it onto the light. You could put a honeycomb over that, okay, and then you could come back over it with a barn door if you wanted to. Well, no, you can't. Yeah, you can a little bit. It doesn't sit on it very good. But this light itself, once you turn it on, it's got pretty good power. And I'm going to keep this pointed at the camera, but you can go 1, 2, 3 levels of brightness. Push it again, it takes you back to the original. Okay, so let's loosen this just a little bit and turn this away from the cameras. All right, so as you can see, that's got some pretty good brightness to it. If I was to take, let's just try to do a comparison here with the different lights. And instead of doing green, I'm going to put a red gel on the front of this Lumecube. And I'm also going to come over across the top of it with a honeycomb that is similar in diffusion. So your honeycomb will, you just got to find out, because magnets are magnets no matter what they are. Okay, so we're going to turn this light on, and with a Lumecube you get the same deal. You get 1, 2, 3, 4 levels, and then if I want to go back, I hit the negative and I can take it all the way down. Okay, see how low we are? Okay, so these lights are, like I say, they're very good lights. I'm not here to say that Lumecubes are bad lights, because they're not. I love my Lumecubes. I'm also not here to say that Lumecubes are not worth the money, because they are. At the same time, I can get the same result with a light that costs me 1/3 less. And if you can get that kind of lighting with lights that cost you 1/3 less, then why not? If I was to do a shoot right now, I could do a complete toy shoot with these lights, and it would come out just as good as it would if I was using a Lumecube. Okay. These are your snoots, and you know, if you do photography, you know what these are for. These are for directional photography, so you can go and you can direct your light to one area. Let's look at the barn doors. So the barn doors are pretty nice, and let me show you what I like about these barn doors. Now, they're kind of like Ruffles chips. They have ridges. Okay, if you look at that light, you can see these ridges. I mean, the barn door, you can see these ridges that are in that barn door. Now, those are going to help with the lighting to the point where it's not going to bounce off of it, but it's going to help direct it a whole lot better. I like that idea. you can take this honeycomb off of there, and you could come over the top of that with the barn doors, and you could take these barn doors and you can direct that light kind of like a snoot, except if I wanted to direct the light more to the left side of the frame than I did the right, I can move this and I can help direct that light toward the left part. I could take and I can cover up the high parts, and I could cover up this right side if I didn't want that lighting to affect the whole scene. This is a nice setup. These are nice lights, and I'm going to be doing a shoot with them soon to show you just how nice these lights are. So what I'm going to do here now is I'm going to set my camera towards a diorama that I've got that I'm going to be doing a shoot on, and I'm going to show you and compare to you the Lumecube versus the Smallrig lights. All right, so stay tuned. All right, so this is a slaughterhouse diorama that I'm going to be using for my next shoot. And right now I have the Lumecube set up with a red gel. That way you guys can differentiate between the two. This is the lowest power on the Lumecube, and I have it set up with the barn door, and I'm going to increase the power to the highest it'll go. So there's 1, there's 2, there's 3, and there's 4. Okay, and there's 5, there's 6, there's 7, there's 8, there's 9. So 9 is as high as it will go. Okay, so if I want to control the barn door and I want to keep the light just on this part of this only, and let's say I don't want the red to spill out over the top, now I've controlled the light to where it's spilling right where I want it to go, and I've got that brightness of that Lumecube to fill that whole space. Okay, that's how bright the Lumecube is. So this is as dim as it'll go. So now I'm going to shut it off. Now we're going to take, oh, don't tell Lumecube that I'm using one of my Smallrig tripods for their light. They might not like that. All right, so now let's go with the green, and this is the Smallrig light setup. So here we're going to, let me lower this barn door down here a little bit so we can get all the full effect. We're going to get as high as this will go. We're going to go 1, 2, 3, and that's it. You get 3, well, you got 4 light settings. You got the first one, second one, third one, and fourth one. And then you push the button again, and you've got it back to where it was. Okay, so we're going to, if we were to lower this, I mean, if you look at this in comparison, if I was to put a red gel on here, I'd say you'd be pretty close to comparable with the lighting setup. Now, this is going to give you all you need for your toy photography. This little jewel right here. That little light will light the scene good enough to give you a cinematic shot. And if you use the 3 lights together, you could use one with the barn door, you could have one with diffused light, and you could have one with the snoot on it as a key light, and you could get everything that you needed to shoot in that one session, in that one shot. These lights are going to work for you if you're on a budget. So if you don't want to go out and spend $90 a piece for a light, I would buy these puppies right here because they're nice little lights. They have a charging port. Where's the charging port? Charging port here on the back. And when they're charging, and when they're charged, you can see there's a little green light right here. You see that little green light right there? That means it's fully charged once you plug it in and charge it. I am not disappointed with these lights. Now, let me tell you what I don't like about them. First thing I don't like is that these are plastic. Okay? Plastic breaks easy, and if you drop it or anything like that, it could break. I'll just say that. Lumecube light barn doors are metal. Completely metal. Okay? And can you bend them? Yeah, you could bend them, but they're metal and they're a little bit more sturdy. But the other part I don't like is you have only 4 power settings for your light, and that's it. Is it sufficient? Yes. Do you sometimes need more power? Maybe. But for toy photography, it's not about power as much as it is having your light positioned right, angled right, and set right with your figure or your miniature, whatever you're doing. It doesn't necessarily need to be toy photography. You can use these for macro photography. You can use it for still life photography. You could do it for anything. But as you can see, if I take the red light all the way, where the green is shadowed, where there's shadows for the green, you can see that the red light fully overpowers the green light. Would I buy these lights again? Absolutely, 100%. I would buy these lights again. I will be using these lights to show you what you can accomplish with inexpensive lights. That's what this channel hopes to be about, is just showing you how to light your scenes and how to use lighting that's not expensive, because you don't need to use expensive light to light your scene. Heck, you could go to Walmart or someplace and buy a small light and get the same result. You could buy a Lumecube panel. These are expensive too, but you could get the same result with an inexpensive light that cost me about 20 bucks. Okay, so you don't have to go out and spend a lot of money on lights. Okay, just get the lighting that you think you need. I think I paid, like this light here, this one here that I got, I think I paid like maybe 20 bucks for it. And it's rechargeable, and I can change settings on it. I can do different things with it, and it's a nice light. So it's got a battery meter here. It's got your power meter, power levels and things here to where you can use this. I could get away, if I wanted to, I could use this light and these lights together, and I could create a scene with 3 of these lights and this light if I wanted to. So it's not about how much you spend on lights, it's really about how you use your lights. So I hope this helps someone to understand that there's lighting out there that don't cost an arm and a leg, And I'm not making any money off of this. I'm not sponsored by any of these companies. I do not have any kind of dog in this hunt. I don't have any skin in the game. I'm just trying to help you as photographers learn that you don't have to spend an arm and a leg to get proper lighting. All right. Thanks for stopping by, and hope you learned something from this, and I hope I helped someone along the way. And subscribe to the channel, like this video, and stay tuned for more content. And we'll be working on some things next time to show you how to light a scene, and we will be creating a scene next time.